Hi everyone, welcome back to Stamp with Anna, and today I have another project using I think what is one of my new favorite stamp sets, and it is the Hey Chick bundle. This stamp set excuse me was offered as a celebration free product a couple years ago, and then it was gone, and Stampin' Up! Has brought it back. And not only have they brought it back with the stamp set, they also have coordinating dies. These are just some of the dies. I have the ones that we'll be using today aside, so I will show you that. So this is the stamp set we're using. It's the Hey Chick, and then the Chick dies. And then I should point out that they've also now come up with another stamp set, which is called Hey Birthday Chick, and there's Birthday Chick dies. These are the same chickens. See, this is this one here, and this is this one here, pretty much. And this, I'm gonna have it backwards. This is this one here, and this is this one there, just in a different pose. And this one also has lots of great dies to go with it as well. Of course, you can die cut all of the chicks, and then you have a sack, you have Happy Birthday, you have another little chick, a bow tie, and a fence, among other things. Those two stamp sets are only available, I believe, through the end of May, so you can get both of those bundles, and if you buy them as a bundle, you do get 10% off. So this is the card that I'm making today, and it is a Z fold, and it has kind of a Z going in the opposite direction as well, so that when you look at it down, you see that it goes like this. So when you open it, it's like this. And this is where you could put your message. Okay, so let's get started, and I'll show you how we made this. So my base of my card is 4 1/4 by 11, and I have it scored at 2 3/4 and at 5. So I'm going, excuse me, 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. So I'm going to fold it over on the 5 1/2, and then fold it back on the 2 3/4. Then I have a piece of old olive, which is cut 1 1/2 by 11. And again, I have it scored at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Fold it over at the 5 1/2 and back at the 2 3/4. Then I have some Whisper White, excuse me, basic white. And I have 3 pieces that are cut 4 by 2 1/2, and one that's cut at 4 by 2 3/4. And all of these measurements will be on my blog, and the link to that will be down below. So the first thing I need to do is do a little bit of inking up. I'm going to take one of my 4 by 2 1/2 pieces and my 4 by 2 3/4 piece, and I have a quartered sponge, and I'm going to use Balmy Blue, and I'm going to just give it a little bit of texture here. So for this side here, I'm just going to do the center, almost the center of the card. I don't want a whole lot of it. Okay, and on this larger piece, I'm going to mimic a sky, so I am going to bring it in and cover the top 2/3 of the paper. Okay. And then I have another quartered sponge, and I'm going to use old olive, and I'm going to make myself a little bit of grass. Now, some of this won't be seen because of the other grass, the cutout grass that I'm going to use, but just in case it pops up. Okay, so there's my grass. Now I want to attach these to my card here. Now this one here that just has the little bit of blue in the center, I'm going to put on this left panel. And I'm going to center it up so it's in the middle. Then I'm going to take one that I haven't inked up, and I'm going to attach that on this interior panel. Now I'm going to take this other one that I haven't inked up, and I'm going to attach it on this left panel, and I'm going to come in as if I were placing as if I was filling the whole side of this with the same border around the edge. And now I'm going to come in with the one that I did ink up with the sky and the grass, and I'm going to attach that right here. But I don't want to have a space in between. I want to butt this right up to that. Okay? And there we have most of our card put together. Now I have this strip here of Old Olive, and this is going to be attached right here. Now what I did, I have the old discontinued fringe scissors that Stampin' Up! Used to sell, and I just came in and made some grass. Now if you don't have these fringe scissors, fear not. You can certainly do this with a pair of snips. And when you're doing this, let me make sure I don't get down too low. To make it not so rigid on the top and unrealistic looking, you can come in with your shears, with your snips, excuse me, and just give it like a little trim. So here I have my shears, and I'm just going to randomly come in, and wherever I get to, I get to. If I don't get to it, I don't get to it. But you can cut them at an angle. You can snip some off. So it's just so that it doesn't look like the perfectly manicured lawn. Okay, so you get the idea. Do as little or as much as you want. Now bear in mind that when you put this in an envelope, you have to be a little careful with how you put it in so that the grass doesn't all curl up. And if you didn't have those fringe scissors that I just used, instead of, you could just come in and make all your lines. It would take you a bit of time, but I think it's worth it. So there's my grass. Now I have to attach my grass. Now here, the card folds the 2 1/4 and the 5 1/2. So my fringe is going to be, my grass, excuse me, is going to be the opposite direction. So I'm going to attach this one here, this longer side, to my left piece right here. So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive there. And I am going to bring this right up to the edge because it's the same size as my card base. So there is that. Now, this one is going to go right here. Okay? So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive. I'm going to make sure I get the edges. And I'm going to place this, I'm going to line these corners up right here. Now, if I did my scoring correctly, which is a big if, when I close it, it fits perfectly. So there we have our grass. Okay. Now we're just going to put our card together. So the 2 chickens that I used from this stamp set were this fun guy and this one here. Now to save time, I already stamped them. I stamped their background in using Memento Tuxedo Black, and then I used Stampin' Blends to cut them out. And so I used Cherry Cobbler and a mix of light and dark Daffodil Delight and light and dark Pumpkin Pie. But before I attach my chickens, I want to attach some other stuff that I have die cut out. The die set comes with this die right here. I'm going to put it here so you can see what it looks like. And I've cut that out using crumb cake, and that is going to be my fence, because that's where my corn is going to grow off of. So I'm going to bring in my silicone pad, and with my glue pen, I'm going to just go around and put a little bit of adhesive, especially on the edges. Not so much, I'm not so concerned about the middle part, but I do want the edges to be good and secure. And this, I'm going to tuck it behind my grass. Okay. And I'm going to put it right here. Okay. And there's my grass. Now, growing along that fence is my corn. And this die set has a die that makes the corn stalk, and it also has dies to make the corn. So this here makes the outside, and this here makes the corn. And when you cut it out, I know you probably can't see it on the camera, but it's embossed. The good thing about this die set is that you get 4 of these and 4 of these. And you need 4. So it's perfect. It's one shot. You don't have to sit there and die cut and die cut and die cut and die cut. So I have already die cut and put together 3 of mine. And here they are. They look cute. And then I have one that we're going to put together. So here's the corn. And with my glue pen, I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive there. And then I'm going to turn this over and just attach that to the bottom of my corn. Line it up nice and press. Now these get scattered about my corn stalk. And I don't know that there's exactly a right or wrong place to put them, but I guess wherever they look like they would belong. So I'm going to put this one right here. And I like that it gives the corn stalk some nice dimension. And then I'm going to put another one down here. One more over here. I mean, if you wanted your corn stalk to have more corn, you could certainly cut out more than 4. But 4 was plenty for me. And then I'm going to, well, actually maybe I'll move this guy and put him on the other side. Put him over there, and then one more right here. And press. And it does give it, they are lifted a bit because you have two extra layers of paper, so it does give it some nice dimension. So now I'm going to turn it over, and here is where I want to make sure that everything is nice and secure. So I'm going to run my glue pen right down the center of the stalk, and on all the larger leaves, a little bit behind the corn. And now I'm going to take it and place it in the field. And again, it's going behind the grass a bit. So I'm going to put it right here. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to take my adorable little chick, and with some Stampin' Dimensionals, I'm going to use the regular ones because he's large enough. I'm going to put 3 dimensionals on his back. And I'm going to place him on the forefront of the grass. Okay. Now I'm going to take my other chick, turn him over, and again, using the large dimensionals, I'm going to put him, and he's going to be on the outside of the grass as well. Then you can put 1 foot on it in the grass, 1 foot off the grass. It doesn't make a difference. Then maybe I'll put him behind the grass this time. Now I'm going to put him on the grass. Okay, there he is. Okay. Now the next thing I want to do is, in the stamp set, the die set, there is a die that makes this little tree stump. So I'm going to take some mini Stampin' Dimensionals, because this is small. And I'm going to put, 2 should be plenty. And I'm going to put that right there. I'm going to close my card, and I'm going to just put the stump right there. And then there is also in the die set this die that makes this great embossed little sign. And I'm going to stamp on that with the stamp set, the stamp that says, "Hey Chick." And I'm going to use my Memento Black for that. I'm going to come down, straight up. Now I could put that anywhere. I could attach it behind. I think I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to take a dimensional and put it on the back. And then for the bottom part of the sign, I'm just going to snip off a little piece of dimensionals from the edge of the packet. And I'm going to place that right there. And then I'm going to remove the backings. I keep thinking I'm moving on. I'm off camera here. I hope I'm not. And I'm going to just put that right there. Now there's my card. Hey Chick. Now for this card here, you see I have these little dots of green. I thought I wanted to add some dimension to the grass. But I chose for this one to use this die that comes in the die set. And you really do need patience for this because these are tiny little dots. And I wanted to mimic chicken feed, excuse me. So I'm going to put a tiny bit of glue and then just drop my die cut piece in there. And like I said, this one takes a lot of patience. But I did want it to look like he was having something to eat. Now there are a lot more to this than I have here, but I'm not going to put them all on. I'm not going to make you watch me put these little tiny things on. But you see, they do add a little something, like it's little, especially because he's kind of looking down. It looks like he's going to eat those. But anyway, so this is the card, and then I could use any one of the stamps I have Hey Chick here, so I could put happy birthday here or have a happy day. You know what? I think that's what I'm going to do. Have a happy day. And again, I'm going to do that in black, straight down, straight up. And I can sign it right here or I can sign it over there. So there we go. Our Z-fold Hey Chick card. Isn't that cute? If you have any questions about this project or any of the products I've used, certainly contact me through my blog, www.stampwithAnna.blogspot.com. And if you do not have a demonstrator with whom you'll work, I'd be happy to send you a catalog. Just let me know and I'll put one in the mail to you. While you're here, I'd love it if you would give my video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And also if you'd subscribe to my channel so you can see all the new videos that I post. Thanks so much and have a great day.